Hi everybody, I'm Dee.
And I'm Jay,
and we are
ParoDeeJay. And welcome to another special Celebration Key feature.
We feel like it needs more features.
It does. It's a very confusing experience at times because we just got back. If you missed our video where we were just on Carnival Vista for the inaugural call into Celebration Key, I'll put that in the description. That's worth a watch.
Very informative.
Yeah, but today, one of the main things that everybody has questions about is food. How does the food work on Celebration Key? Because it's convoluted a little bit.
A lot of confusion with that, and hopefully we'll shed some light on that for you.
This is true. So let's go ahead and refresh ourselves on the layout of the property. So looking at this map.
All right, so we're going to start with what are the 5 portals that are on Celebration Key. So you start out with Paradise Plaza, which is kind of the welcome portal area. And then you go over to Starfish Lagoon, which is your family-friendly section with like the splash area and the pool for the kiddos. Next up is Lacono Cove, which is your shopping portal area. So local vendors and shops. And then you also see some name brands like Del Sol, Caraloha, Effie, things like that. Then you go over to Calypso Lagoon, which is the more adult-friendly portal. It has some sit-down restaurants, which we'll talk about in a moment. And the last of those is going to be the Pearl Cove Beach Club, which is the adults-only additional cost, like booking an excursion, beach club.
Mysterious. That's the part we have the least information about right now because we're getting ready to visit there on our next cruise. So more information on that spot coming.
Yes.
Now I've got notes on the phone because we've tried to make this as straightforward and organized as possible.
It's a lot to remember though.
It is. Now point of contention number 1 is that there is no straight up included buffet option. People are used to getting off at anything that has the word private in it and rolling up to the buffet and eating all day long. Not here.
Nope.
What they've done is they've come up with a program called Island Eats. That is a digital voucher system, and there are 2 types of food venues which we're going to dig a little deeper into here. There's fast casual and full service. Now every guest gets 1 complimentary lunch at a fast casual restaurant, or you can forfeit that and you will get 25% off an entree at a full service restaurant. It's an either or situation. You will note that the verbiage says that kids 11 and under eat free from the kids menu at all full service restaurants, not fast casual, but full service. Actually, some of the signage didn't even say 11 and under, it just said kids, but we'll go with that. And your credits are stored digitally on your ship card. Something to note, everyone's credits are stored on everyone's key cards. So if you need be, one person could take 1 single key card and buy or, redeem for everyone in the cabin. If someone's really hungry, don't do that. You could eat up everyone's credits and no one else would get lunch.
So a tip for you that we learned on our sailing was that a few people had their ship card in the pool and the barcodes themselves actually rubbed off, causing people to not be able to obtain those vouchers to eat their meal. And then we had personal experience. Our friend Ricky, his barcode rubbed off a little bit. Luckily, nothing like that happened, but I did hear that also some people had trouble scanning back onto the ship. So be careful with your cards in the water. Maybe take them in a Ziploc bag or like one of the protective phone cases. I wouldn't have thought that was a problem, but it was. Yeah,
true. There is a guest services stand on the island that you can go to get a replacement card. But yeah, watch out for that. That's another good way to not have lunch.
Yeah.
So don't let your friends eat up all your credit and watch out for your cards in the water.
Exactly.
All right, let's see what we're going to next. Oh yeah, interesting. We got a little sneak peek of the menus on our sailing because we were playing around in the app and found that you can, if you navigate to the food and drink section in the app and then tap forward until you get to the day that you're going to visit Celebration Key, it shows all of the venues and you can scroll through and see the menus. There are no prices on those menus, or there were not on our versions. We didn't get to see the prices until we got to the island, and that's kind of why we're doing this video, is to show you slowed down versions of the menus that you saw in our previous video.
Exactly.
Something else to note, hours of operation. Now,
a little confusion with this. So what we've been told is that the food trucks open at 11 a.m. and they stay open until 2:30 p.m. The food hall is 11 a.m., stays open until 4:30 p.m.
Yeah, the full service, not quite sure, and that it could vary sailing to sailing, so check your app for your specific open times, but Yeah, we had some people either be in danger or miss their lunches because
they were on an excursion and came back later, and the food was closed by the time they got back. So definitely keep that in mind.
And we had the experience where we were going to the food hall to eat, and then we realized that something didn't work out the way we thought it would, but the trucks had already closed,
Right.
and so we were kind of locked into the food hall. It's okay.
Plan accordingly and be on the correct side of where you want lunch.
Yeah. So now let's go ahead and look at a slightly different, this is a food-focused property map. So I'm just going to run very quickly through the names of the options right now. We're going to dig into them specifically here in a second. So your fast casual options, you've got the Captain's Galley Food Hall, which is on the Starfish side. You've got Mingo's Express, which is on the Calypso side. There are 2 food truck plazas, one on Starfish, one in Calypso. 4 that we counted, snack shacks, 2 on each side. Your full service options, you've got Gill's Grill on Starfish, Surf and Sauce Barbecue and Brews on Calypso, Mingo's Tropical Bar and Kitchen on Calypso, and there's a section of things I'm calling exempt venues, which don't seem to participate in this program. That would be Yum Shine Scoops, which is ice cream, Sun Castle Grounds Coffee, which is coffee. The verbiage mentions food carts. I don't remember seeing food carts as we walked around. Trucks, yes.
Yeah.
Carts, no. And then there's some question of whether 2 vendors in the food hall participate or don't participate, which we ran into at the Mediterranean Bowl section.
We're going to ask again.
Yeah, we'll try to figure some out. All right, so now we're going to go through one by one, and let's get a nice peek at these menus. So starting counterclockwise from the Welcome Plaza. In Starfish Lagoon, you come across the Captain's Galley Food Hall. So you've got burgers and more, with the little Island Eats section over there on the left. You've got pizzas, again, Island Eats section on the left. Tacos, burritos, and bowls. This is one with a big question mark on it, and I've noted does not participate in my notes. Also, the Mediterranean flavors does not participate.
So next up we have the Starfish Lagoon Food Truck Plaza, all of which have Island Eats sections. First up, you have the Mini Donut King. The Island Eats include 2 classic, 2 specialty donuts. They're mini donuts and a shaved ice cup. There's the Seaside Shack Subs and Tenders. The Island Eats is an array of sandwiches and such, and a cookie. Grand Bahama Taco Company. Island Eats is a choice of a taco or a quesadilla and a cookie. There is Streetery Sushiva. The Island Eats is a choice of 1 of 2 rolls and a cookie.
And there's also one full-service restaurant over here, which is Gill's Grill. Let's take a nice look at their menu because there's a lot of words to look at. I'm not sure if there's any cookies on there because we're not looking at the menu right now, but there it is.
Probably.
Man, they really love their cookies, don't they? Now, you'll see the side items are under each. Like, some things came with fries and some things came... It's just funny how many cookies there are in this. All right, let's hop over to Calypso Lagoon. So here we've got a full-service restaurant, Surf and Sauce Barbecue and Brews. Yeah, that's some good-looking stuff. This is right in my wheelhouse. I love barbecue. Food Truck Plaza on this side, we've got Foul Play Fried Wings Company, and that Island Eats gets you 4 wings, plus fries, and a cookie. Seaside Burgers and Dogs, the Island Eats meal is a selection of burgers where you can get a hot dog or a Caesar salad and a cookie. Calypso Chicken Company, Island Eats gets you a whole array of like chicken sandwiches and other things, and of course, there's your cookie. And Flippin' Fritters, you get a 6-piece fritter meal with a choice of sauce, slaw, and a cookie. The third and final full-service option is over here, which is Mingo's Tropical Bar and Kitchen. This is by far the biggest establishment. A lot of seating, a lot of shade. The bar is over there, the Long Necks Bar.
It's almost like an indoor venue. It's the only one like it, so it's not all in the sun, which is nice.
Yeah, if you're getting a little bit too crispy, maybe go hang out at Mingo's. There's also something that some of the verbiage calls Mingo's Express. I don't remember seeing signs that called it that.
No.
But by the path in front of Mingo's, there were like kiosks where you could order burgers and things. We didn't poke at the kiosks because I didn't want to accidentally use one of our credits, and there was no posted menu, so that's a little bit of a mystery. But apparently you can get some stuff there. We'll call that Mingo's Express for now.
Sure.
The other thing that we haven't touched on is a snack shack, because again, confusion. In the app, if you pull up the Snack Shack, you will see it has an Island Eats menu on the side. When we went to the venue and asked them to see what they had, we got the piece of thing that you're looking at now. it doesn't have an Island Eats pink box section or any sort of logo. So Snack Shack, we think they participate in Island Eats, but
remains to be seen.
There's plenty of other food if not.
Yeah.
Then, of course, you've got those other venues that we mentioned.
Yum Shine Scoops for ice cream, Drizzle's Topping Sundaes, and they also have a pail and shovel sundae, it sounds like. And then there's Suncastle Grounds and Coffee with lots of different coffee options. And they also had Bahamian patties and desserts. So it sounded like fun options.
So that, I think we've reached the end of the menu section. Ooh. Other things to talk about. Beverages. Now, the only thing that I saw plenty of is water stations. Mm-hmm. They were at the restaurants. They were at the food trucks. They were at the restrooms.
Yes.
Everything else looked like it was an upcharge. I know people on the ship, they're used to getting, lemonade and tea and milk and things. And I saw a dispenser for iced tea, but it was in the soda machine. And if you look at the menus, there's a price next to the tea. Yeah,
we're still not sure about that.
So water for sure is included, but maybe don't count on getting any other included beverages, ? So let's get into what foods did we try. Now, we had friends with us.
Yes.
They ordered meals. We didn't try their meals.
No.
So the only thing that I can speak to personally is the fritter meal. Mm-hmm. It's like 2 shrimp, 2 corn, and 2 conch. There was a lot of fritter in there. There was a lot of dough and not very many chunks in there. You bit the fritters as well.
Yeah, no, it had good flavor.
Yeah.
It was very bready, which I'm sure fritters are supposed to be, but I was expecting a slight bit more meat filling.
A little bit. You did have a little piece of shell in yours, but I mean, it's a conch. It's hard to clean a conch properly.
Yeah, that's
So not my favorite. I like the authenticity. I love seeing fritters in like a Bahamian setting.
The portion was good.
Yeah, portion was good.
Big.
And I mean, it comes with a cookie. Mm-hmm. What else more could you want? But I don't think I would get that one again. I'm glad I tried it. Mm-hmm. Not again. We had the Mediterranean bowl fiasco where we went to the food hall.
Sad tale.
We were told on the ship that all of the venues would at least accept your ship card for payment for things like that. And they said, no, we only take credit cards. And the credit card was in our chair halfway across the lagoon. So we ended up getting you like a spicy chicken sandwich with a blue cheese sauce.
That was not my pick.
Which I did pick. So I got 2 lunches.
Yeah.
And it was decent. The flavor was nice. I liked the sauce on it. The bun, you can tell it had been sitting there a while. The bun was hoard. And the fries
were like shoestring style fries, but they weren't like the best. They weren't bad. They just were kind of a little bit hard and cold.
They were good.
I would try different things.
Me too. So if it's fresh, I think that would actually be a pretty good choice. Mm-hmm. But it had been out a while. So
what I've heard is the tacos are really good, very sizable. It comes with like chips and salsa. I saw some pictures of it. Everyone enjoyed those. And a lot of people are really loving the mini donuts.
Yeah.
If you want to use that for your lunch, go for it, for the mini donuts.
When we go back, even though we're doing the Pearl Cove Beach Club, I think we're still going to try to sneak out and get 2 of the included items because we would have the right to do that.
Try them at least.
We might get tacos and donuts.
Maybe.
Now, silly question. Put, what if we wanted more food?
You pay for it.
The simple answer is you buy it. But then it comes into my last point, which is ship card and credit card acceptance. So we're still up in the air. Like when I was at the fritter stand ordering, there was somebody who wanted to buy fritters with the credit card. And they said, oh, our Wi-Fi is down. We can't do that either right now or today at all. That's just like, hey, the island is new. We're working the bugs out. Right, I feel like credit cards are going to be accepted everywhere. The question is, are ship cards going to be accepted everywhere? Because we were under the impression that for the food venues, at least, they were. Mm-hmm. As well as, the big shops and things. Not the straw market, not the local vendor handicrafts and stuff like that. That's like a cashy, maybe credit card situation.
Yeah. I wouldn't think like Del Sol or anything.
No. Oh, yeah, maybe not. Yeah, we got more research to know about ship cards. I'm glad we're going back so we can hopefully learn some more things. But that's all I've got in my notes about food at Celebration Key.
It's a lot. It's a lot to understand, and there's a lot of confusion still, but it's new, so everybody's just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, so as you go to Celebration Key and learn things that you can share with us, please put them in the comments, because folks who watch the video, they do like to go read the comments, and you can glean things. So feel free to correct us.
Right.
Let us know what you've learned. Maybe things have changed over time. You know, you never know with these kind of things.
I certainly think after being the first ship there, things are definitely going to change. So we'll see.
Yeah. But that is it for this feature, so stay tuned. We do have some Pearl Cove Beach Club content coming up in our Carnival Elation series.
Excited for that.
Again, we've got our first visit full walk around of the island, where we mostly focused on food and fun and things like that.
Yeah.
So lots of content. If you have not already, be sure to subscribe to the channel, become a Paromaniac today, socialize all our media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Yep, and until next time, rock on.